From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weekend weather.
Hey folks, good morning. Hope you have had a nice week so far, and welcome to the weekend. And sure enough, we're starting our weekend out kind of unsettled, right? Really is the best way to put it. We have this Arctic front coming through, which will pave the way for an unsettled day today, right? We have some of that moisture with it, right? But very, very cold air settling in over the next several days. And by the way, there's been a lot of rumblings about Tuesday. We'll break that down in a little more detail here in just a few moments. But first, let's see what we have in store for today. Through the morning, we've been seeing that unsettled pattern with rain out there. Good sleeping weather to start our week out, or start our weekend out rather. That really is the best way to put it. Notice those temperatures in the 50s starting out here over the next several hours. That's going to be your highs, and then that front starts to creep through. I wouldn't take the exact timing as gospel, but generally the picture is that through the next about 12 to 18 hours, that front really sweeps through. And regardless of the exact timing, what I can say is through late tonight and into early tomorrow morning, we start to see those winds back out of the north. And hey, you even see a couple little flurries there. And I don't think they're going to be a big deal, so we wouldn't worry too much about it. But man, I'll tell you what, with these frigid 20s out there and winds out of the northwest 10 to 15 miles an hour, that's the beginning of the kind of pattern of cold weather, right? Really is a sign of the times of this really, really frigid next several days, right? We keep that wind out of the north. That is downright Arctic air, and we actually stay pretty nice for the next day or two, especially into the first half of the week. But then as we head through Tuesday, I'm going to hold it right here, not go any further. We start to see the system manifesting off to our southwest, and I know I sound like a bit of a broken record compared to just a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about a very similar situation. So what's the deal with that? Well, it looks like there's a pretty good signal for south of us for there to be a pretty good winter storm. We're talking Birmingham Metro south, south of Atlanta, south central Alabama, Mississippi, even out portions of Louisiana to Georgia. But as you head further north, the signal is not quite as clear, so we can't really give you too many specifics as to if we're going to get 1 inch, 0 inches, 5 inches of snow. I really just don't think it's going to be that kind of situation up here. We're really on the fringe. It's not as likely that we're going to see the significant impacts as we are going to down south. But still, we need to watch trends, because if the last couple of weeks have taught you anything, it should be that models predicting the future, quite literally, can change on a dime. So, like I said, not a time to get specific right now, but there's not too much of a concern compared to down south. So we can say that with some amount of certainty, but we'll just watch it carefully, right? As usual, just stay with us. We'll be the ones focusing on the forecast wholeheartedly. You don't have to worry about it too much, and we'll let you know how it updates. But I'm not thinking that's going to be the main issue. At least as of right now, I think the main issue with this system is just the absolutely frigid weather. And I really do mean frigid. Look at these highs in the 20s, lows in the low teens, even upper single digits, right? That is very, very cold weather. So let's check on our family and friends. Let's, of course, dress warmly. I don't need to baby you in that respect, but some of us are a little less abled here. So in these cold seasons, let's not forget them, especially when we're talking this dangerous cold in the lower double digits, even upper single digits. And of course, pets and livestock, well, there's no denying it. You need to bring those pets inside, and let's keep the food, shelter, and water and livestock warm and on hand. I know a lot of farmers watch us here. And by the way, home prep and fire safety, I think you know this. Drip the faucets, right? Wrap those pipes. Maybe put a radiator nearby if it's in a safe area. Warm that room up a little bit, stuff like that. Use heaters safely. Vehicle prep, check your coolant, battery, tire pressure. That's a thing that gets you a lot. That tire pressure goes down as the variations of the temperature come on in, as well as a winter kit. You know, a lot of people actually have a Tennessee Valley Weather ice scrapers. We actually had some of those here at one of our shows, our open houses, so that's kind of useful. But these things really do come in handy, especially when this really frigid cold air comes on in. And I guess it is kind of rigid too with how this pattern is looking, because we're not going to break out of that cold for a couple of days. Now, like I said, through today, we kind of have those showers, especially this morning we saw that rain, but it turns into showers through the second half of the day. Tomorrow, yeah, I could see some flurries. I really do imagine a world in which we get a couple of those. Now, they're not going to be impactful, so I wouldn't worry about that, but you might look up, see a couple flakes falling from the sky, go, oh, hey, look at that, right? But again, we're watching this time frame here for that really, really cold air. And again, we're watching that Tuesday time frame for that wintry stuff off to our south, but as of right now, it's not as likely that it's going to make it up here. So if you start seeing hype stuff, listen, don't really buy into that, right? Because you need to know, just like last week, yeah, we might get some, we might not, but you just need to keep updated with accurate forecasts before you can really make any prescriptive statements about that. At the end of the week, really starting around Wednesday, we get back above freezing, but still are going to be pretty cold with those 30s and lower 40s taking over as we head through Thursday, Friday, and beyond. Thanks for joining me here for this forecast update. I'll be back with you at noon for more fresh from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, so join me there live, and I'll speak to you then.